Packers are dead. We're dead. Season's over. Barring a 6-game win streak that I don't foresee, season's over. Because Rodgers broke his thumb. Excuse me. Rodgers broke his thumb, and Gary's out for the year, and Stokes is probably out for the year. Dobbs is out for a little longer, and we got dog walked by the Titans, which sucks. But, yeah. So if I had to guess, that's probably it. We're dead. And honestly, I'm not I'm at a point where I don't really care anymore. Like, I cared during the Titans game. The Titans game I was really sad about because I really wanted to win that game. Except when we were 4-6, like fucking 7 games to go, you could pull your way into an 11-win team right there. An 11-win team's gonna get you in the playoffs. Like 95% of the time, you're gonna make it to the playoffs with an 11-win team. But that didn't happen. We lost to the Titans, and that's okay. Again, it hurt, but I'd rather be hurt about it now than have hope for 4 weeks, or just another one more because we're playing the Eagles tomorrow, and we're gonna lose to the Eagles if I had to guess. Not even because they're a good team, but because they're good at running the ball, and we're not good at defending the run. That's just kind of always been our weak spot, and when the mobile quarterback thing, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game. And if I had to guess, we're going to lose it. And that's okay. And when we probably lose that game, that's it. That's 100%. Season's over. 9 wins isn't going to be enough. We could rattle off 5 straight, have a winning season, and still miss the playoffs, presumably. So, again, unless we pull off a shocker tonight or tomorrow night, and then we beat the Vikings again, or not again, but for the first time, and then I think we play the Dolphins on Christmas. So I think we'd have to beat the Lions, we'd have to beat the Bears and the Vikings and the Eagles. Who all do we play? I don't remember who else we play. But I don't foresee it happening. If I'm being honest, I just don't see it. And again, that's fine. That's fine. You don't win them all. But honestly, one of the reasons I'm not too worried about it is that since it's kind of fully came out that Rodgers, his thumb is broken, and it's been broken for a while. While that, we're not, excusing him playing like shit because his thumb don't work no more. Because if you go out there, if you're playing the game, I'm expecting you to play it as if you're 100%. That's what you expect. But, so I'm not being like, guys, he actually had a fine season. His thumb was broken. It's just, his thumb was broken, he had a bad season. Right? It's not his fault, it's just his thumb was broken, he had a bad season. And to me, what that means is that Aaron Rodgers isn't dead. He's gonna be okay, because we've been talking about that for a bit, and did Rodgers fall off a cliff? And I don't think he fell off a cliff. I think that just around where we'd be getting to him getting some chemistry with his receivers, he broke his thumb, and at that point, what are you gonna do? And so I'll say that gives me some hope. Gives me some hope for next year. Because hopefully Bakhtiari will be healthy again. But I haven't really looked into the salary cap situation. I don't know who we need to re-sign. I think we'd lose Tunyon. Tunyon's probably gone because we've got DeGuara, and DeGuara would take that place probably pretty easily. I'd assume we just kind of let Tunyon walk. We'd probably need to pay Lazard, because otherwise, at that point it's Christian Watson and Dobbs and Samori Toure, and that's not a core that I'm betting on. I'm definitely a fan of those guys. I think they're going to be really good, especially next year. I think they're going to be good. They're going to be a good receiving core, but that can't be it. That can't be it. You need another guy there. You need another guy. And if we're looking at them plus Josiah DeGuara, that's not it. That's not it. So I'm gonna have to expect that we're gonna bring Lazard back. Hopefully, like a 3-year. Call it $30 million deal. Hopefully we could swing that. Because I think that Lazard's about reached his peak. I don't think Lazard gets a whole lot better than what he gets right now. So maybe 3-year, 30 mil, rough estimate. So there's that. I don't know who else we have to pay. Because I know Jair got his bag. I don't know when that kicks in though. Rodgers obviously would be kicking the can down the road for the past like 5 years. So every year it's gonna get progressively more, and then everyone's gonna go. But guys, it's Aaron Rodgers. It's how the fucking game works, bro. When you've got a quarterback like that, that's how it works. It's how it works. So, if I had to guess, we run it back next year. We'll lose some pieces, and like on paper, it's gonna look like we're dead, and there was no reason for him to come back at all, and that it doesn't make any sense, and we should just tank. That I feel like that's gonna be the narrative on like Packers Twitter for the whole year, and like amongst Packer fans. But I personally find that to be bullshit, because I think that Rodgers' thumb is gonna be better. Is he gonna be an MVP level player anymore? If I had to guess, he's probably not. But I think he's still gonna be that guy. I think that he's still gonna be a Pro Bowler, probably. Looking at NFC, I don't see who would beat him. I'd have to guess that he'd be a Pro Bowler. Probably Jalen Hurts would beat him, but that might be it. Maybe, depending on what he does, Justin Fields could beat him. But if I had to guess, I think he'll still be a Pro Bowler next year, assuming he plays. And yeah, I think that's going to be where we're at. I think that next year I think is it. I think next year is the end of the line. I think that Rodgers doesn't play for 2 more years after this one. I think that he might come off for another year. I'm giving it like a 70% that he plays another year. And then after that, I'm like 20%. Like he could. It's not impossible. But if I had to guess, I'd doubt it. Because I think that Rodgers doesn't give enough of a shit about like the game. I think he enjoys being a football player. I'm not saying that like he hates what he does or that he doesn't give a shit about what he's doing, but I think he's there for the camaraderie, and I think that he's kind of had the camaraderie with the original guard, and then like the quote unquote, I guess I say the new guard, not the new guard. It's like the second guard, like the Devontae era is what I'd call it, and then he's gonna get a couple years with the camaraderie of the new era, the new guard. And you could call it, and that's fine. Maybe I'm being biased about him still being good, because like he's the guy who got me into football. Like I am a fan of the game. I'm a student of the game because of him. I find the way he plays football just immaculate. So maybe I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt when I shouldn't, but I'll find out. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But yeah, I think that next year, we'll... Oh, God, I want to be the Vikings so bad. Oh, my God, I want to be the Vikings really bad. I don't want to lose to them. I think we won't next year. I think the Vikings are frauds. In the same way that we were frauds in 2019. That team was 13-3, and every Packer fan was like, we got a shot. Because everybody's got a shot. That's the glory of the NFL, is that you make it to the playoffs, all bets are off. It doesn't matter. Every team's a good team. Every team is a good team. We all know it. And any team can be any team on any day. Let me think. Like I remember last year. Remember the Jags beat the Bills last year, and we were all like, "What the fuck just happened?" Zach Wilson outdueled Josh Allen. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, like the Packers beat the Cowboys. I mean, at this point, we're kind of a shit team this year, and We beat the Cowboys in like a amazing game, but yeah, it's just something that's okay. It's all right. But I think that we're dead right now. We're dead right now, and I think that we'll be back next year for like as like a dark horse who's gonna make it and be trouble in the playoffs. I think we'll be looking at worst case a wild card next year. Best case we win our division. I think peak next year we're looking at 12 games. I think we're looking in the range of 9 to 12 games next year. And assuming nothing happens, of course, maybe I don't know, maybe Rodgers just called it quits like next week, and this is all for naught. And it's the Jordan Love era again. And by the Jordan Love era, I mean it's the Lamar Jackson era. If we lose Rodgers, fucking go and get Lamar, bro. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. Fuck it. Who gives a single solitary shit what anybody has to say? Go and get Lamar. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna end there. If we lose Rodgers, we get Lamar. Thanks, Goody.